Hey everyone, we're here with Angie Romero in our sales podcast. Angie Romero, she's a sales legend. She's one of the top sales persons in Latin America, and we're here at Inbound. She came here because she earned this spot, and you've been recently promoted to team leader. Is that correct?
Yes,
Awesome!
indeed.
Congrats. Yes.
Like 4 months ago.
All right.
A long journey.
Nice, awesome, Angie. Angie, could you tell us a bit about yourself, your role in HubSpot, what you do for
Sure.
sales?
Yep. So I've been in HubSpot like 4 years ago. I'm a growth specialist and also a team lead. We are just helping people, growing businesses, like just to be successful in Latin America. That's my role. I'm helping others.
All right, yeah, because that's what it's all about, right? That's
Yeah.
what sales is about. It's helping others.
Helping others,
Yeah.
helping companies, helping customers, helping coworkers. It's not that easy.
Oh yeah,
So that's my role.
absolutely.
I have so many roles. I also a mom.
And that is a big role.
That's the biggest
That's the
one.
biggest role.
That's-
Yes,
He's my big boss.
absolutely. Yeah.
He's my big boss.
Oh no, yeah, I can see that. No, Angie. So you just mentioned growth, and
Yes.
we were recently talking about growth and the growth mindset, and how you're very intrigued by the growth mindset.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit about like what got you into the growth mindset, and who's an inspiration for you on that?
Yeah. Actually, it's a short story long. A long story short. When I was in HubSpot, the first year, it was awful. It was so hard for me to just be in HubSpot, have this monthly quota. And I just started reading. I started reading LeBron James. I started reading, Guardiola, from Barcelona.
Soccer, yeah.
I'm from Real Madrid. Though. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
It's only your blood team.
Because I think something in my coworkers and the new reps that if you're having a nice month, you're like, hey, I'm going to P Club, I'm going to Founders Club. But if you have a bad month and you don't hit quota in a month, you say like, oh my God, I just can't do this. I'm gonna quit.
You collapse. Yeah.
I need just to go someone else. So when I talk to them and I start talking, it's like, being a champion is not about winning. Being a champion is about how to get a win.
Right.
It's the process.
It's the
It's
mindset.
it's not about winning because you won one game, but you have to prepare for that game. So that's the growth mindset and that's the champion's mindset. Is that I'm gonna be 1% better each day.
I love
Have
it.
you read Atomic Habits? It's a really good.
I've
I'm
heard
going to
about it.
recommend
I have it on my list, but I actually haven't. Could you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, it's like I told you, like progress is not like this, like a mountain or a rocket car. You can be like one step at a time.
Yeah.
So you can be 1% better each day.
And I love that because like the exponential growth curve, I am fascinated by that. And like if it's 1% better every day, you would think, oh, it's 365% better by the end of the year. It's not, because it's exponential. It's something like 3,600,000. No, well, I'm going way too big. It's something like 36,000%.
Yes.
My math is terrible,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's like-
it's a 10x factor.
It's like in finance, is the compound interest.
Exactly.
So you start saving, and when you are gonna be like 30 years from here, you're gonna be a
So
millionaire.
instead of being like a linear curve, it's an exponential curve.
Yeah.
And like by the end of the year, you're a radically different person than you were at the beginning because you've been growing 1% every day.
Yeah, so you can see your process like from for it, because if you just see your process from each day and you say, oh, this month wasn't so good, but if you see your quarter, if you see your year, you can see, oh my God, I'm getting better.
Absolutely.
So that's growth mindset, and it's not easy to find it. And you have like cultivate this skill. So I'm helping
How do you cultivate it?
reading,
Reading.
talking to others,
Yeah.
to share experiences. You're a totally different person from me. So how you doing? How's your sales process? Maybe I can learn something from you.
Absolutely.
We are very high competitive teams, but we need. I think one room from improvement is that we need to share best practices. We are not doing like that at all, like in sales teams. I think we can get better on it. So it says, okay, what works for me? This works for me. I think HubSpot is a really nice place to share this.
Right.
We have Slack channels. We help each other. Jump into meetings with my coworkers and help them with discovery process and everything. So
you
that's
make it a
the way.
collaborative process, and,
Yes.
and that really helps you because I mean, like you're helping somebody at some point, but then somebody's gonna help you back. Yeah, I totally love
Or
that.
not.
Or not, yeah. But I mean, you learn from the experience just by like you
Yeah.
listen to what like
Yeah.
the exchange of ideas going on, and you
That's
grow
the
from
way
that.
it is, because you work with so different types of people, ages, everything. So
Yeah.
you have to take advantage of that.
Absolutely, and we're talking about resilience as well, and
Yes.
like how that's a very important part of the growth mindset, and like I think a big part of that is also like your willingness to go out of your comfort zone, to expose yourself to things that they might scare you a bit, and like could you talk about a little bit about how that might happen in the sales process where you're doing things that I really don't want to do this makes me uncomfortable, or I'm scared, I'm scared about what the outcome of this call is going to be. And how that can have an impact on, and like what kind of attitude you have to have when you're facing that challenge.
You know what? That you're telling me is that people are just so afraid to failure.
Yeah.
Failure is like this huge word. And failure is the best that could happen to you.
It's a lesson.
Yeah. So people is, oh, I can fail. I can fail. Yeah. So I say, yeah, come on, enjoy it, learn it, use it. So people are just avoiding failure all the time. And I think one of the best inventions ever are being made by failure.
Absolutely.
So I don't know why people are still so afraid from failure. I say, oh my God, it was a great failure. Oh my God, I really know how not to do that.
Exactly. Can you tell us a bit about like an experience where you failed and you learned something very valuable
Oh
from that?
yeah. Once I have this customer, and he was a huge brand from HubSpot. And I like fell in love of my deal. And I said, this company is gonna be the biggest deal that I'm gonna have. But I was so focused on that I didn't hear the customer, like he was not engaged with me. But I was in love
Yeah.
with the deal. So I was like, I'm not gonna lose this deal because this is the brand, a new brand for HubSpot. And I didn't close that deal. And I cried a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like you really fell in love with it.
Yeah. But it was good because when you are, I'm very passionate about sales. I want everything, I do everything that I do.
Real Madrid.
Like Real Madrid, come on. So what I learned is that you have to be just very happy to have a very good brand, but you always need to listen to your customer. I was like dreaming about the deal that I forgot about my customer. And he doesn't want to right now to buy it.
You weren't listening to them. Yeah. And that's super important, right? I mean, like you really have to pay attention to not like selling your product, but to listening to the person you're selling.
And I was thinking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell this brand because it's a huge brand. And I was like this.
You're all you focused.
I'm gonna be a rock star. I'm not gonna fail because, oh my God, what wanna see my manager? Oh my God, you lost this deal. And I lost it. And nothing happened. So I said, okay, this is a big failure. So I'm gonna check when I have another new big brand. I'm gonna be more careful. I'm gonna be more strategic. So that's what I'm doing. I think that's one of my biggest lessons.
So what's your approach now when you're selling like to a brand like that now? Like how do you approach that that sales process so you don't fall into that tendency to just like be held within
Yeah.
yourself, like thinking about like what you're gonna reach, like your ego, instead of focusing on them?
I always try to get the no.
You try to get them to say no? Oh, I love it. So like you make a game out
I'm
of it.
dequalifying all the time. So I'm saying, why now? Why this budget? Where's the budget coming from? Okay, are you really that now is the time? But because you said that X, Y, Z. So I'm not sure that this is the moment. So I'm trying to get the no, because sometimes
They're trying to convince you that they should use HubSpot.
So yeah, and sometimes we made mistakes that you're trying always to get the yes,
Right.
but you get to get the no's. So when you get all the no's, you're gonna say, okay, so it's a yes. He doesn't have any option because
Right.
it's yes. We all check all no's. So what happened with legal? You think this is gonna work with legal? We need another additional process. So I'm always getting the no.
I love it.
Each meeting.
I love it because you're totally flipping the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
I think like a year and a half.
And how's that been, like the experience of implementing that in general?
At the beginning, it was weird because, because in LATAM customer, I used to get sale, like you have to buy my product and my product is the best. But when you start like just reversal them, they're like, oh,
what's going on?
This is new for me. Why are you not just selling to me? That's weird. So they are like, oh, I like it because it's something different. So it's okay, you're going to sell me? No, I'm trying to help you because I just want that you have to time. Like I value your time is so valuable. So is this the moment because you're a CMO or this huge company? Are you sure you want to start a process right now that is maybe 1 month or 2 months? So they at the beginning are like, oh my God. But then they really appreciate it that you are just keeping stuff from their minds. That at the end of the deal, they say, oh my God, Andy, I forgot that I have to talk with the president in La Patagonia. So that helped for me.
That's super interesting. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Angie, any last recommendations, any last piece of advice that you'd have for somebody who's starting to sell, or for somebody who's maybe even a veteran in sales, but like a common left out good practice?
Ask for help.
Yeah.
Ask for help. I think that this ego that our sales team we have our
it happens. Yep.
we have our ego. We say I can ask because we are afraid from failure. So ask for help anytime you can.
And it's okay not to know things.
It's very okay, and it's okay not to be good.
Right.
And it's okay to cry, and it's okay just to have your feelings. Ask for help. That's the only recommendation.
Love it.
Ask for help.
Love it. Thank you, Angie.
Okay.
And thank you guys. All right.
Bye.
Thank you.